Welcome back to your 0 to £150,000 resources document, and I'm here running through your tax relief organiser and starting with the SWOT analysis to highlight some of the risk elements of your investment proposal with some suggestions for strengths and weaknesses that are internal to your business, as well as opportunities and threats that are external. And there is room below for you to include some examples and ideas for your own business. You will also need to provide 3-year projections, which are no more than just 3-year cost and revenue figures for your business. And I've used the cost example that I provided in the 12-month cash runway simulation and simply scaled these figures in years 2 and also in year 3. I've also done a similar exercise for revenue based on modest £50,000 projections for year 1 that have been scaled in years 2 and in years 3. And you can see a similar calculation and room for that in your own business below, where if you were to include, let's say, £150,000 of cost for year 1 and perhaps £50,000 of revenue in year 1 as well, you will then see that this spits out a projected figure based on the type of growth projections that I used above as well. But try to think about reasonable estimates of revenue as well as the costs that you've got in your simulation. And speaking of which, if you move across, you will see linked to the previous section the 12-month cash runway simulation that I had provided, as well as the figures for your own business that will be able to transfer over if you had completed it. So this will be able to help you to show HMRC the use of funds for the money that you're looking to raise under SEIS. If we move along to R&D tax credits, you'll see how I've broken down the technology spending, including salaries, as well as other tech spend and other resource spend, and how that will translate into the maximum amount you could receive in R&D tax credits. And you'll see that if you take the total spend that I've used here of £57,000, you'll see how HMRC takes that figure and does something called an enhancement to try to maximize the potential tax relief for your business. And so scaling that by 230%, which is what HMRC will do, you can then take from that 14.5% for a loss-making business and calculate the R&D tax credit. And if you were to see that £19,000 as a percentage of 57,000, sorry, that will be a 33% R&D tax credit. And as I noted in the lesson previously, from April 2023, this will reduce down to 18%. So out of 57,000, let's say, of R&D spend, you would be eligible to receive just over £10,500 each year, depending on the spending, of course, but that's the type of figures that you should be able to communicate to investors that you expect to see as you go through this submission process. So take a look through this resources document and try and figure it out and enter your own figures. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.